the Israeli military comes into Palestinian communities, nobody in that family has the power to protect that child. So we see it fragmenting not just Palestinian families, but Palestinian communities. This is how the military court system is used to target Palestinian communities, to break down Palestinian society, and ultimately to control them. Defense for Children International Palestine is a local Palestinian child rights organization focused specifically on children's rights. Our lawyers do prison visits and in the course of the representation collect information to UN and international standards. What we've seen is that ill treatment, torture is widespread, systematic, and institutionalized within the system. Looking at just our data from the past 5 years, really since 2012, we've represented over 720 kids in the military courts. Around 74% of those kids experience some form of physical violence following their arrest. Children don't have a right to counsel during interrogation. Parents are not present during interrogations. Essentially, once they're detained, they're alone. They're bound, blindfolded, and they end up in an interrogation room where they're pressured to confess. Pretrial detention is the norm. Kids don't get bail, right? They're in pretrial detention for a period of 8 weeks, 3 months, 12 months. Often kids, regardless of guilt or innocence, provide confessions, and those confessions are used against them in the military courts. All the treatment we see goes against these universal norms, not just of children's rights, but international humanitarian law, international human rights law. The military courts really serve as a system of control. H.R. 4391 was introduced by Representative Betty McCollum, a member of Congress from Minnesota, in November 2017, and the bill works to ensure that no U.S. foreign military financing to the government of Israel is used to further torture, ill treatment, solitary confinement, administrative detention of Palestinian children charged in the Israeli military detention system. This bill, in many ways, is very weak because it doesn't actually address the underlying ill treatment and violations that are happening. It's really about ensuring that U.S. funds aren't supporting it and complicit, and I think that's sort of the minimum we could ask for as American taxpayers. So the goal is to engage members of Congress around a narrow, compelling child rights issue and work to empower them to speak out on something as basic as being against torture of children. And we're looking forward to the new Congress where there are new progressive members joining that are willing to hold Israel accountable. And more information can be found at nowaytotreatachild.org or dcipalestine.org.